Now we'll discuss the other ideal that placed in the preamble, and among them one is equality. So that very equality aspect provides equality of status and opportunity, and this equality of status and opportunity will eliminate inequality and exploitation from Indian society and state. So it will establish an egalitarian society and state. So regarding that very working of equality in India, the fundamental rights in Part 3 provided those provisions as per Article 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and Article 23 and 24. And now we will discuss the very provisions of Article 14, which provided the guarantee of equality before law and equal protection of law. And also, Article 15 provides that there should not be any discrimination on the ground of religion, race, caste, creed, sex, or place of birth in India. So Article 16 provides that equal opportunities should be given in public employment to those weaker sections or backward classes such as the scheduled caste, scheduled tribe, and other backward classes. And also Article 17, which completely abolished the very concept of untouchability which resulted out of the India's caste system or caste regime, and to implement the very provisions of Article 17 regarding abolition of untouchability. The state brought the Untouchability Offence Act in 1955, which subsequently was amended and renamed as Civil Rights Protection Act of 1976. Also, Article 18 abolished all kinds of titles that the Indians were having, which were awarded either by the Mughal emperors or any other emperors, and even the decorations received during the British rulers by the Indians. So such abolition of titles would bring equal social order, and it would establish a society without any inequality of status and opportunities. Also any kind of social, economic, and political exploitation by the majority or the of the majority by the minority sections of the society. And now we'll go to Article 23 and 24, which also relates to equality in status and opportunity, and as it is provided that a guarantee is given under the fundamental rights against any kind of exploitation in the form of forced labor, child labor, bonded labor, or regarding migrant workers, and regarding any type of immoral traffic of women or female, or regarding children. So these two articles will remove and eliminate all kinds of exploitation on the basis of social, economic, or political activities of the minorities in exploiting the majority, which were constituting the weaker section of the society, to bring the very dream of our founding fathers of the Constitution in achieving equality in status and opportunity. And all these were implemented by the state by bringing different legislations as per the directions given under Part 4 of the Constitution in the form of directive principles of state policy. So also Article 330 and Article 332, Article 335, Article 338 and 338A and 338B, they also provide the very idea that to be implemented to bring equality of status and opportunity in our social order. And that also Article 330, which provides that representation must be given to the scheduled caste and scheduled tribes regarding the representation in relation to union legislature or parliament, and Article 332 provides that there should be reservation regarding representation of the scheduled castes and scheduled tribes in legislative assemblies. And Article 335 of the Constitution provides reservation for the scheduled caste, scheduled tribe population and the weaker section regarding the services and employment under state and for different official posts of the state. And Article 338, which provides the very establishment and constitution of National Commission for Scheduled Caste, and Article 338A, which provides for establishment of a National Commission for Scheduled Tribes, and Article 338B provides the very establishment and constitution of a National Commission for Backward Classes. So, all these provisions of the Constitution aimed at to create social, economic, and political equality, and that equality relating to equality of status and opportunity to all people as individuals and citizens of India. And now we'll go to another important ideal that is being portrayed in the preamble, and that is fraternity. And exactly it relates to the very dignity of the individual. So, that fraternity, brotherhood, and dignity of the individual, as we found from our ancient cultural heritage, that Vasudeva Kutumbakam and Atithi Deva Bhava, these ideals of our ancient cultural heritage closely relates to fraternity and dignity of the individual, which are found a place in the preamble by the efforts of our founding fathers. Shows India's fraternity we found by the very membership of international organizations such as United Nations organizations and other international agencies, associations, or organizations, and regarding the very concept of dignity of the individual, India is a signatory to the very universal declaration of human rights which was enacted in 1948 by the United Nations Organization's General Assembly, also India is a signatory to the international covenants regarding civil and political rights, also regarding socio-economical rights, which was enacted in 1966. So, also, all the provisions relating to directive principle of state policy, which clearly provided under Article 51 that the state should strive to promote international peace and security. So these are the very aspects relates to the very ideal of fraternity and dignity of the individual as portrayed in the preamble. So, for its effective implementation, the following steps were taken by the state and also the very directions provided under the directive principle of state policy under Article 51 regarding the state to strive to promote international peace and security for its realization. India, as a state, is striving to maintain international peace and security. And now we'll go to the last ideals that are inserted unity and integrity. And that unity and integrity, the very ideals, were inserted under the 42nd Constitutional Amendment of 1976. So that unity and integrity, as regarding to unity in diversity in the case of India, India is having several cultural communities, religious communities, linguistic group, and also having different races. And to maintain all this, India would strive to achieve that unity in spite of that diversity in our society. And towards that, India is striving and India is established in the world community. It's very ideal of unity in diversity. And now we'll go to the very efforts of Indian state to achieve national integration. As we know, there are several factors like communalism, regionalism, linguism, which many times became an important threat to India's unity and integrity. So, for that, many national committees and many national associations and organizations are engaged, and the state strives to reduce and minimize, even to eliminate such regional feelings and communal riots and the very conflicting issues relating to language. And in that case, India strive to minimize and even to reduce the very communal tensions between the Hindus and Muslims, also between the Hindus and Christians, also regarding the regional feelings as it was happened in India among the North Indian vis-a-vis the South Indians. So India strive to maintain a balance and to achieve the very aim of unity and integrity. As from the language issue, the most of the South Indian states they opposed Hindi as an official language of India. So, why their opposition to adopt Hindi as official language of India? The state and the union government restrained itself not to impose Hindi as an official language over all over India. So many such efforts of the union government and state brought the very ideal of unity and integrity to maintain a balanced social, economic, and political order without any kind of destabilization and threat to India's national fabric.